How do you fall in love with the process? Recently, I'm on 75 hard, or I was on 75 hard until yesterday. I made it all the way up to day 24, and I failed. I failed recently. I failed yesterday. And I realized it this morning. It was a stupid mistake I made. Last night, before I posted on my Instagram of me completing that day, I did on the app, I have to mark off the tasks that I do for the day. So I marked off 10 pages of reading. And what I was going to do is, okay, mark it off, post it, put my phone down, then go to bed and read in bed. But I didn't do that. I stayed up too late. I didn't set myself up the right way. I just crashed. And this morning, as I was filling up my habit tracker, I was like, oh my gosh, I just did not read my 10 pages. And honestly, it really surprised me. And I was just like, wow, like 24 days. I mean, I was pretty consistent for 24 days straight. And I mean, it was pretty hard and stuff like that. But if you don't know me, my name is Michael. This is the Hero's Journey series where I kind of give you my lessons and the things that I've learned along my way on my journey. I've been on self-development for over 2 years now. I've been lifting for 3.5 years. I've been building my habits for the past 14 months on habit trackers. And I built up this YouTube channel over the past year or so as you're watching this video. And my whole goal with this is to kind of just educate you along the way on my journey and help you with your journey with logging into the game of life, with your journey with self-development, with your journey with pursuing purpose, potential, and becoming the best version of yourself. You see, today's lesson is really just about falling in love with the process. I didn't really have the right mindset when it came to the journey and the process, right? Because when I first started self-development, all I was worried about, all I wanted was the results. All I wanted was the physique. All I wanted was the business that made me money. All I wanted was to have control of my life. All I wanted was to be accepted. All I wanted was freedom from my job that I work. And all these things that I wanted were just results. But that's not how you get these things. You get these things by putting in the inputs, putting in the work, going through the process. And so on this 75 hard journey, the reason I embarked on it in the first place was to test out my capabilities and going up to a challenge, challenging myself, because I've been really adept to building habits and changing my character with that whole sort of thing. So I really wanted to challenge myself and stuff like that. And it really was a challenge. I got to say, like in the beginning, it was kind of easy for me to get in a flow of things. And it was a snowball effect of me not setting myself up. Okay, maybe I would stay up too late and I would sleep an extra 2 hours, or then I would miss up my schedule. Then all of a sudden I'm doing everything at night. And then it's just a constant cycle of me not setting up myself in the right way. But back to the thought process of the process. How do you fall in love with the process on your journey of self-development, of fitness, of health, whatever you're pursuing in life? How do you fall in love with the process? That's what it's really all about. That's where you get the most fulfillment, the most energy, the most anything from, is the journey, is the process. And I'll tell you why too, because unfortunately, we've been so programmed to really think that it's all about the reward. It's all about what I receive. It's all about what I can get out of people. It's all about what I can get out of this world. What can I get out of any situation? It's all about give, get. It's all about receive. But it's never about give. It's never about put in. It's always about what can I get out. And that's why, unfortunately, in this fallen world that we live in, it's like we are so selfish and we don't even realize it. And like, I can be selfish too. Of course, we can all be selfish and stuff, but it really comes down to, how do you get things? You have to put in work. You have to put in the inputs. Focus on the inputs. Focus on the journey. Because I'll tell you what, the journey is more fulfilling than a destination. The destination would not be worth it if the journey didn't have enough time, energy, and attention put into it. That's what it comes down to. That's why the process, you have to switch your mindset from being motivated on getting the thing and instead of that, being motivated on the processes that you put in every single day. Instead of me being attached to me, okay, I'm gonna give you an example, right? I want to be 185 to 190 pounds lean in a couple months from now. But the goal isn't to be 190 pounds lean. It would be to go to the gym every single day. Go to the gym every day, track my macros. It would be to eat clean foods, eat foods that were good inputs for my physique and that will help me grow, get good sleep. It's putting in the actions. It's not about the result. It's not about the goal itself. We don't even know how to set goals nowadays too. It's like this idea of SMART goals, right? Oh, what do you want? Like, that's a good start, right? What do you want? But what are the action, like, all you have to focus on is what you have to do every single day, the process, the journey. I'm telling you, if you've watched anime too, I'm going to mention this as well. I'm a huge anime fan and fantasy fan, because when I read a story, when I watch anime, when I read any movie, right? If you like any movies, if you like superhero movies, it's the journey, right? About the character. And you are a character in your own life. And it's all about the movie, the end of the movie, or the movie would not be valuable. It would not be worth it if you didn't know the journey, if you didn't know the character, if you didn't see the struggles that he went through. I'm telling you, like, I wrote some stuff down on a piece of paper while I was at work so I can really give you guys some value in the things that I've really been keeping in my mind in the past couple of weeks or so. It's all about focusing on the inputs, and it's people have this destination mindset, the instant mindset that technology nowadays, the system has propagated you to think towards, right? With school, let's think about school for a second. Your grades, right? All you care about is getting the A+, is getting good grades. All you care about is you'll do anything to get the result, right? Whether you cheat. For me personally, I would cheat on tests. I would study the period before. Listen, I didn't really try in school, and number one, because I just always thought it was just so boring and mundane. It wasn't really fulfilling to me. I didn't really like school, and that's the reason I dropped out of college. Like, I just did not like it. I needed to carve a path for my own self. For me personally, like, when I was in school, all I was worried about was just getting the A. Why? Because, oh, it's good. My parents will like it if I get a good grade, or I'll be accepted, or it was never about what can I learn. I never went to school about the journey of learning a subject. It was all about what grade can I get? And it's a terrible mindset, because it ruins, it takes the fun, it takes the life out of people. And to be honest, I'm not really, when it comes to self-development, I'm so glad I switched my mindset from worrying about getting the physique, or building that business, like getting that many subscribers, or maybe getting that girl. It was never about that. It was the person you had to become throughout the process, throughout the journey, in order to get there. And that's a beautiful thing that we all go through. It's literally the journey, the time, energy, attention that you give into something. Something is not valuable unless you put energy into it, right? And that's where you get the blissful feelings. After you train, you do so many workouts, you eat really clean foods, and you, all of a sudden, it was never about, you didn't get the physique. The physique is just a byproduct of the actions that you put in, from going to the gym, waking up early, going for those walks, working on yourself. I'm telling you, it's how to fall in love with the process is by attaching yourself to the journey of the character that you are becoming throughout it. Because, and that's once you reach a destination, guess what? You're starting another one. You're starting another journey. So it's not about the destination, it's about the journey in between. And that's what you need to really focus on, is what are the processes in my daily my daily life that I do every day towards the goal that I want, towards the destination, towards the final boss of this current season of my life. That's what you need to ask yourself. It's first, okay, what do I want? Next is, okay, what are the inputs? What are the actions I need to take every single day in order to get there? And this is the reason why I fell in love with habit trackers, building the habit tracker of putting down each single day, what are the habits I need to do and put into the universe to get the result that I want. And it's not about the result, it's about filling out my habit tracker, green, maybe some red, and thinking, okay, if I keep missing a habit on my habit tracker, how can I change that? And this is where in the journey that you actually find an answer and you evolve, you grow. It's a character transformation by understanding, okay, I'm missing a habit, or I'm falling behind, or I'm really having this negative mind. It's having the self-awareness to be like, where are my weaknesses? Where am I falling behind? And how can I tweak that to level up my character? This is the mindset that I really need to switch to when it comes to 75 Hard. And it's such a better mindset, because not only does it let me be fulfilled, it fulfills me. I can wake up excited knowing that, okay, it's not about the result. It's about, in this single day, in the next 16 hours of the day, how can I just unleash my fullest potential, something like that, right? How can I just be everything that I am capable of? That's what it comes down to. I feel like this world is just so, not this world, it's the system and the messages and it's technology and the lifestyles of people nowadays. They're sedentary. They don't really, they're on their phone a lot. They're distracted. They're mindless. They're reactive. And I used to be like this person, right? I used to be a person, like, let's talk about school, right? When I was a person in school, senior year, junior year, I would just go through the motions throughout my day. I didn't have goals. I wasn't looking forward to going to school, and it was a big part of my life. Imagine that. School took a huge part of my life away, and I was just going through the motions. I drifted all the way through school. I didn't live my life at all. I wasn't challenging myself. I didn't really care to get the good grades. I still got them. I did everything I could to get the good grades, but it wasn't about the journey. I was so focused on reaching the destination that it wasn't even valuable in the end, because I was just going through the motions. I was just not challenging myself. I was just not being everything I was capable of. I was not waking up every day being like, how can I just learn better than everyone else? What can I learn in this subject? How can I increase my mind? How can I get a better mindset? Or how can I go to school and make someone's day? Things like that. And when you switch from that to actually living in your day by day, this is where you fall in love with the process. Is, guess what? You're actually logged into the character that you are. When I go to work, I used to have a very negative mindset. Like, guys, I'm a server. I work a part-time as a server. And the thing is, I used to hate on it. Not that job specifically, but the 9 to 5, I used to hate on these things. And personally, still, it's not for me, right? I'm not going to live a 9 to 5 job my whole life. I'm not going to keep serving for the rest of my life. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to make something out of what I'm doing, like the movement that I want to start and the things I want to do for other people. I feel like I can give way more value of things, and that's why I'm on social media. But that's besides the point. My mindset towards work and going to a job, all I was worried about, okay, I'm just here to make money. I'm just here to go through the motions. I'm just here because it pays good. It's like my mindset, work was so draining at that point, because all I was focused on was the destination, what I got out of it, what I was receiving. But what could I put in? And I'm actually so grateful. Like, I'm so blessed that I get to serve people. I get to serve people food. I get to make people smile. I'm so glad I work with people now, like one-to-one. I get to see new faces every day, meet new people, have conversations, because I don't even know these people, right? But I'm a servant of God, right? I'm a servant of this world, and so are you. Like, every single human being is here to serve people in a way that is unique to them. We're all here to serve each other, serve God, and do His will, right? So when I go to serve people, I can't help but to just want to make someone's day. It's not about what they're going to give me. It's not about the tips that they're going to give me. It's about the experience. It's about the journey. It's about, okay, in this day that I was serving, it's not about, okay, how much money did I make? It was about, what did I learn today from someone? You never know, like that old person that walks into the restaurant, what can I learn out of him? And this is where you start to open your mind to, like, wow, like every single human being has a story. They have a journey. They have a character. They have potential. Wow, it's like, I love being around human beings too. I used to call myself an introvert. I used to say, like, oh, I'm not a people person. I used to not want to be around people because I'm awkward, whatever it is. But it was just cope, right? I was just coping with myself because I was insecure with myself. I wasn't comfortable. I didn't have a good foundation for who I was. So how can I experience other people when I don't even know who I am? So this all comes down to the journey of what you're trying to do. Like, when I go to the gym now, like, I don't even care about the pump anymore. Like, the pump is just a byproduct of the work I put in. But like, I go to the gym and it's all about, how can I just like get the best workout in? How can I up my reps or up my PRs or up my stats in the gym, right? What kind of work can I put in? And the physique and the mental clarity that you get and the feelings of vitality that you get from working out, is only a byproduct, right? I'm not worried about getting these things because I'm trying to control things I cannot control in my life. It's controlling external forces. So what I need to do is focus on, okay, how can I use my energy, my attention, because where attention goes, energy flows. How can I use my energy and give to people, right? And give to my craft, give to you guys, give to you across the screen, right? How can I give my energy to things? Because guess what? That's where you get fulfilled. It's so ironic because how you get fulfilled is by pouring yourself out into other people. That's how you get fulfilled. It's crazy how that works, right? And I really love how God has really made this world. It's like the pain and the tension and the energy that you give into things, you're fruitful. It's the harvest. It's the harvest mindset. It's planting the seeds and waiting months and months on end for things to be fruitful. It was never about the harvest. It was about you planting those seeds. It was about you going out into those fields every single day, plowing, watering, taking care, nurturing, cultivating. But do you do this with yourself? Because you are a harvest. Your mind is a harvest. Your whole character is a harvest, right? Are you planting good seeds? Are you plowing? Are you going out and checking in on yourself and the seeds? Are the plants growing? Because if you're not fruitful in your life, it's only a byproduct of you not putting in the right inputs and not focusing on the journey and not worrying about what you're going to reap, right? So get so good at sowing that you just reap so much. You reap plenty, right? Because you master this craft of sowing, putting in attention, putting in energy. And the most times I was distracted in my life were the times I was running away from the harvest, running away from planting those seeds, running away from putting in the right actions in order for me to be plentiful in the fields, right? In the harvest down the road. Yeah, man. And the journey, right? And it's like, I haven't filmed one of these YouTube videos in a while, and it feels so good to kind of just pour myself out into you across the screen. Like, I really hope that on your journey, you're really thinking about how can I just be the best possible? How can I just give? How can I play the game of life? I'm like adding my air freshener. But genuinely, like, people are like zombies nowadays. They don't have heart. They don't have soul. They don't have character. They don't know who they are. And I don't blame them, but it's your choice. We live in a world where it's so easy to conform. It's so easy to be like everyone else. It's so easy to just follow the path that's laid out for you. Fuck that. This is why I didn't want to go to community college. This is why I stopped being a fucking degenerate, is because this is like it's normalized now, right? It's a normal path. Like, oh, you drink and smoke on the weekends. You look forward to the weekend. Like, you just go to work, you go to college, and you get a job just to make money so you can support yourself. It's like, yeah, that would have made sense like a couple of decades ago for that generation, but we're in new times now. Like, I'm so grateful to live in America where it's really free, right? And I hope that, you're in a situation where, you're doing good, but regardless though, like, we all live in abundance, right? We all live in a world now where we don't really need to worry about going hungry. We don't really need to worry about hunter and gathering. But people still live in this fight or flight mode. And the whole point of where I was going with this is the fact that people live like shells of a human being. And the reason that you're not fulfilled is because, number one, like, you're not even doing anything with yourself. You're not challenging yourself. You're not going out there leveling up. Number two, it's like you're distracted. Like, you don't really know where your mind is at. You're not, like I said, you're not pushing yourself. You don't really know who you are. And how can you be fulfilled when you don't know who you are? And the reason, like, this is called the game of life, like, genuinely, like, I see life as like a video game in itself. Like, this is just a body that my consciousness inhabits. Like, this is my physique that I've been spawned into. This is my body I've been spawned into. So why wouldn't I want to take care of it? Why? Because your body is simply a physical manifestation of what you are on the inside. People who are really fat, people who are really skinny, people who look like ill, they look malnourished, they look like they don't take care of themselves. That is simply a manifestation of what's going on inside of them. And this isn't me, this isn't going to be me trying to offend anyone. If anything, it should be like a wake-up call. It should be, I really want to encourage you, like, look at yourself, right? Look at your character. Am I fulfilled? Okay, am I getting the results that I want? Okay, why? Okay, well, should I get more fit? Probably. Like, I believe everyone should be fit and healthy. Like, everyone has the right to be healthy, fit, whatever it is. Like, you should probably, like, your physique is like your physical body is like one of the, like, it's not, I wouldn't say the easiest, but it's like one of those things that you can turn to. It's like it's not an easy level up, but it's always that thing like, okay, I can crank out a couple push-ups. Okay, I can go and sweat. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to really do it. You just gotta move, right? Moving your body around. That's what it's all about. But like I said, like I was going, because this whole this channel, right? Like my heart goes out to the people who are drifting through life and helping the drifters, people who are ambitious, right? You might have so many ambitions. You might really want to do things not out of the norm in this world, but how do you go about doing that? You seem like you're so distracted. You keep drifting through life. So what do? You focus on the journey. You focus on, what can I put in? You focus on, okay, what are the things stopping me from moving forward? What are the things I'm distracted by and why? There's a belief system. You have a belief. If you're still watching porn, if you're still, okay, sleeping in late, if you're still doing bad habits, there's a certain belief in your mind that is thinking that those things are okay. And so what you need to do is, through meditation, through reflection, through like going into isolation, is to really think, okay, why? This is something in my past that made me want to do that said thing by coping, or how can I go into my past to pull out why I do these things? And once you become aware, you can change these things. Once you know what the problem is about, you can solve it. I don't know who said it. I think it was Einstein. He said, if I had 60 minutes to solve a problem, I would use the 55 minutes to, what he said? He said I would use 55 minutes to, what did he say? He said to know what the problem is about. He didn't say those exact words, but it's about seeing the problem and knowing what the problem is and then solving it. Using the last 5 minutes to solve it. It's like what Abraham Lincoln said. I think it was 7 hours. He said, if I had 7 hours chopped on a tree, I would use, was it 5? I don't really know the exact quote, but it's that same idea of knowing, right? It's the same idea of sharpening your self-awareness, being aware, putting in those inputs, and then harvesting. That's the whole idea. It's about falling in love with the journey ahead of you, falling in love with the process. How can I wake up every day? You mean, not, you don't wake up every day being like, okay, how can I get my goal? Be like, how can I just put my time, attention, energy into the universe? How can I go out into the fields and start sowing every single day? How can I start changing my mindset? How can I start evolving, chasing my potential? How can I start eating healthier? How can I get a better mind? Like, look at the problems in your life and think, okay, how can I just start solving these? Okay, maybe I want a little bit more money. Okay, maybe I want a different job, a job where I can actually be fulfilled and like my strengths work well in. Or maybe I look a little bit weak and skinny and like I really want to like bulk up a little bit and be strong and feel really good in my body and be healthy. Or maybe you just have these addictions to porn, video games, like you're addicted to stimulation and just like, I just want to stop these things. I want to do things that actually fulfill me and don't leave me empty. Good. Find those problems, solve them, and then focus on the journey towards that, because that is where you'll get the most growth. That is where you'll find where that you actually change, not the destination itself, because once you actually get the thing, it's always just to the next thing. So really stay present, fall in love with the journey, be there for yourself, be present in this moment, do some meditation, do some breathing, go out into nature, have a conversation with a good friend of yours, be around good people, elevate your frequency, all of these things. Fall in love with the journey, man. I really do hope you like these kind of talks. What I'm gonna do actually is bring you with me to kind of go over my 75 hard strategy and stuff like that, so I can give you some more value with what I'm doing, how I plan things out, and how can I be more systemized and actually like complete this challenge and stuff like that. So the next time I'll see you is actually like in my room when I go over all these things and stuff like that. So I really hope that you like this type of talk and stuff like that. What I'm going to do is do either more of this or more in my room and just give you more value about all my journey, etc. So I'll see you in there.
Now today's actually the next day that I filmed the video that you saw before, but right now I let my Safe Off Hard app run out yesterday, and right now I'm just about to start over about on day one. So we'll press day one, boom, we're back to day one again. And so what I'm gonna do here is just kind of show you like my strategy, like what I've been going over, and how I plan on doing it again, how I plan on getting back up into this challenge and stuff. And so first thing, obviously, is the habit tracker. If you know this channel and you've been around a minute, like, you know this is like the best way that I show to kind of build habits and to kind of get in the systems and to get really good at, building that good foundation of your character. Because sow a habit, what is it? It's sow a habit, reap a character. It's something like that. But right, even like back here, you'll see like all my habit trackers and stuff that I've been doing for the past like year or so. And so that's mainly the first thing. I'm gonna show you it if you guys can see it. Yeah. And I'll show you the one that I had before. This is like the most consistent I've ever been in my life. So with the whole 75 hard. And I was even tracking my, cause I'm on a clean bulk right now, and I was even tracking my weight every single day and tracking my macros every single day as I went down. And even on the back here, I'll show you. I've been tracking like my weight, and it's been like going up gradually, like right here. Like I wrote down some notes and stuff. But the whole idea here is to do whatever it takes, because I feel like some people when they set goals they kind of half-ass it. And certainly like when I first started like personal development, I wanted to change my life. I wanted to do something not out of the ordinary and stuff. Like I just was kind of half-assing it. I wasn't doing everything it took because I was still a victim of my bad habits. I was still a victim of my old self that was still controlling me. I was still like watching streamers on YouTube. As soon as I wake up in the morning, I'd leave my bed a mess, and I wouldn't really make my bed in the morning, or the first thing I would do is just scroll on my phone in the morning. And now all of that's changed, but it's the whole idea of like you gotta kind of just tighten things up. Look at your life, look at the actions that you take on a daily basis, and think, how can I just sow the right seeds every single day? How can I stop planting the bad seeds in my life, like scrolling on my phone, like eating the bad foods, like being around negative people? Start elevating yourself. That's how you start leveling up, is by getting rid of these things and planting new seeds. That's all it's about, right? And the harvest is in the end, right? It's not about the results. We know this, right? We just went over this, but it's about the process itself. Getting so good at planting seeds, taking care of it, cultivating yourself, right? That's what it's all about. So next thing I'm going to show you actually is because a lot of people have reached out to me and asked me about like, okay, time management. Okay, how can I stay more focused and stuff like that? And the best thing that I could tell you is to kind of map out, know thy time. I read this in a book. It's, if you really want to know, if you really want to get really good at time management, you got to know thy time. And so what I do, and I've been doing this for like a year or so, is by just mapping out my Google Calendar. I printed it out for you so you can see. But pretty much on here, I have like my non-negotiables. Let me do this a little bit better. So right on here, I'll show you. I have like my non-negotiables. Obviously, I have my sleep. I have my part-time job. The times where I want to wake up. The times where I go to the gym. All the non-negotiables. I have my time for church every week, etc. So these are the things that I can't miss. And notice how it's like it's not all filled. In those white spaces, all that time is pretty much used as time to get done my task list, which I'll show you is next. So in this book right here, it's pretty much a planner, and I'll show you, like, for example, like we'll have like quests to do and stuff like that. I don't know if you can see it, but we'll have quests to do, and I start marking it off every single day. I write down my task list for the day. This is outside of my habits itself, so I might set like 2 or 3 or even 4 tasks a day, depending on what I have to do. This has to do with like uploading YouTube videos, has to do with like learning, creating things, maybe helping other people out, creating things for other people, and etc. So that's what that is all about. And the whole reason I'm doing all of this is because how else am I supposed to build the foundation for my character in order to move forward and pursue potential, pursue purpose in this world? And I feel like, honestly, like my purpose in this world, number one, is everyone's purpose in this world is to serve other people, right? That's number one. That's like a foundation, right? Okay, then the next question is serve other people in what type of way? What are you doing for other people? Who are you? What type of person you are? And that's pretty much like I feel like everyone needs a self development journey or some sort of personal development in life, whether that be a morning routine, whether that be a healthy, active lifestyle, whether that be you just read a book every day, like something, you need something to level you up every single day. Because if you're not getting better, you're getting worse, you're degenerating. I'm telling you, I used to live a degenerate life of, I used to, yeah, like I said, wake up late. I used to just go on my phone immediately, turn on the PlayStation, go downstairs. Okay, maybe eat some carbohydrates, come upstairs, play games, like scroll in between my matches on my phone. I used to, like, maybe I'd go to the gym a little bit, but I would be worried about some girls or something like that. I would watch other people's stories. I would just be so worried about other people's lives. I would be so obsessed with drama. I didn't really care about school. I half-assed school, stuff like that. And it was like such a sucky lifestyle, living so unmotivated, living like a shell of a human being. I hated living like that. And personal development is a way for you to get out of that type of lifestyle, the drifting lifestyle of just you feel like you're just going through the motions of life. Like that's a sucky feeling because you're a human being, right? You're supposed to be able to create. You have the creator's mind. You're supposed to be able to help other people. You're supposed to be challenging yourself, edging your comfort zone. And so that's exactly why I think everyone needs a personal development in their life. And that's why it's really important to me that I really build a strong foundation, a better mindset. I start building a better physique, starting getting more healthier, right? I build better habits. I get really, imagine if I just got so good at just building habits. I could, I imagine I got so good at taking any action I wanted. What could I get in life if I could just get so good at building that foundation of setting any habit I want and doing it? That's what it comes down to, being a man of my word when it comes to these habit trackers. So that's the last things I'm gonna show you really. This is my strategy for Set Off Hard. If you really want to follow me real time, I am on Instagram showing you 24/7 what I'm doing every single day. Also, if you want any advice, you can reach out to me. I answer every single person on Instagram. So go follow me on there and yeah, I'll answer back. But with that, my friend, if you need anything, make sure that you're out there, level up, you're getting after it, do whatever it takes to do what you say you want to do, right? To achieve your goals. Go ask yourself what you want. Go get rid of your distractions and go ask yourself what are your goals in life? What do you actually want in this world? And telling you it will be fruitful. So with that, continue your journey and keep moving forward.